All right, I have 6 p.m. I will call this meeting to order, and I'd like to please start off with the Pledge of Allegiance. If everyone will please stand. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We have meeting minutes from our February 10th, 2025 meeting. Any discussion, comments?
I looked them over. I think they're complete. I'll make a motion to accept the minutes as presented.
I looked them over as well, so I'll second that motion.
I'll vote yes.
Laura?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes.
Tiffany?
Yes. And financials from February 2025. Any comments, discussion?
I make a motion that we accept the financials as submitted, subject to audit.
Second?
Yes.
Laura?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes.
Tiffany?
Yes. Any communications?
I do. It's time for us to renew our Sedgwick, which is the BWC. And it's $1,375. It's for our workman's comp. So it's just a renewal.
Any discussion on that?
It's the workers' comp group rating program.
That's what we have in the past.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion that we renew with Sedgwick.
I'll second it.
Yes.
Laura?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes.
Tiffany?
Yes.
Okay, so then last week, Ed and I went up with Matt Kelly to, it was the form for your real estate property that you can file. I've got the applications here. Ed knows more about it because he went and told Matt today and talked to him, but there's applications here if anybody would like them.
As everyone knows, prices went up quite a bit. It's called a DTE1 form. Fill this form out, get it turned into the auditor before March 31st. If you have a house, I'm just going to use examples. I'm not saying this everybody's, but your roof's 50 years old, needs replaced. Your windows are 30 years old, need replaced. You want to dispute the value that they reassigned your property to. Fill it out, put that on there, and turn it in. There's a good chance you'll get some type of reduction on that. Not guaranteed. Your basement's leaking. When you bought it, it wasn't. Just things like that. Maybe you own a piece of property that you could farm, but you can't do anything with it because it lays in the water 6-7 months a year. Note that on there with the parcel number and all that stuff. And get it turned in, and they will review it. And there's a good chance, 40-50% of the ones that get turned in, they are getting a reduction in the valuation of their house. Not guaranteed, but if you don't try it, you're not going to get it. And after March 31st, pretty much you accept the reevaluation of your house, and that's what your taxes are going to be based on. So we have the form here. You can get online. If you want them, get them, fill them out, and get them turned in. Mail them, take them up, call them. He's urging everyone in the county to do this.
The more that do that, the more we can have a standing with the state.
Another part of this meeting was how they're going to deal with the property taxes. There's a big movement going on right now. It's never been this big a movement, as long as I can remember, to drastically lower property taxes for senior citizens, veterans, that type of thing. There's a big movement going on. Read the paper, get involved in it. Your state representative, your congress people, call them and tell them you're retired, this is killing me, I'm going to lose my home, whatever you want to do. And there's a movement going on now. It's never been this big. A couple of state reps have already filed bills toward that and everything. It's a long process, but we have a chance this time where I don't think we've ever had a chance before. We've got congressmen and everything on board. Now, the downside of that is they've got to make some of this money up somewhere. So it was going to be a flat rate tax, higher sales tax. That's all stuff that has to be determined. But the property taxes directly affects us. If you don't pay your property taxes 3 or 4 months, you don't have a place to live. They're going to take your house away from And that's a damn shame that you can lose your house over property taxes. So keep up on that, and that's part of this meeting that we went to, that was there. They're urging all the commissioners were there, Matt Kelly was there, most of the elected officials were there urging everyone to come forward. Don't let this die, so I'm done with that work.
Yeah, those forms are available on their website, and I
Yes.
know they were also recommending to get familiar with the property values around your house too, because that was an effective tool if they were lower than your own. So if you're home and you need that form, it is on their website as well.
You can also get a private appraisal.
You can do a private
And you
appraisal.
can bring that in, and if you bring that in, you pretty much got it.
The more documentation they can get through appraisals, through, say you gotta replace your windows, if you know what it would cost to replace your windows, pictures of this. Just anything you can do to provide documentation gives you a better chance, they said. So,
And if you've already paid your taxes and then you dispute it and it is lowered, they'll refund your money.
yes.
So,
I
And
give
I
you
believe
credit
it's
for the
also-
next.
They're reviewing them, is it quarterly, or you can contest quarterly or every other year, but once you miss that March deadline, I think you're set through the rest of the year, or,
That I do not know.
Yeah, it's
But
not-
there is a time limit, once you miss it, you're
Yeah,
done.
March 31st, those have to be.
Yeah.
For this one here,
for
so.
this year.
and I think if you miss the March 31st, then you can't fight it again until next year.
Yes.
Right.
March, yeah.
So, any other communications?
Yes. The record retention, I need a motion to send that down to Ohio History. I used the book that we adopted, and I need permission to send that down. A motion made that we can send it to them and see if they'll accept it for us to delete and shred some of our material that we have. We're only gonna go from like 2000, like they give you certain years, you can only do like up to certain years. You gotta hold some of it, like 5 years, 25, there's some stuff that you have to hold 25 years. So, there's a list of it that I can send down there just to get rid of some of our paperwork that we have, the filings and stuff.
Where are you sending it?
You have to send it to Ohio History.
Okay.
Historic.
Yeah.
And they're the ones who
Historical, yeah.
made the document.
Yes, yes, and that's where we adopted the booklet that you
Right.
furnished. So all that paperwork's ready just to be sent. I send it down there, and then we hear from them like maybe in 14 days to a month
Okay.
to find out if we could shred some of that, and then we'll have to get a hold of Dawn Collins up there to recycling and have her shred it for us.
Well, I will make a motion that we send our new record retention policy to the Historical Society in Ohio to see if we can get permission to reduce some of our documentation.
I'll second that.
And I'll vote yes.
Laura,
Yes.
Ed,
Yes.
and Tiffany.
Yes.
And that's all I have.
I have some more, but I'll bring it up under buildings and grounds.
Okay. Anyone signed up for public commentary?
No.
All right. Department updates. We'll start with the road department and maintenance. See, we had another accident in the circle.
Yeah, last night, what, 9:30, 10 o'clock, something like that. Young couple, they were
Sunday night.
they were in Boardman. They were on their way home to Mercer, Pennsylvania, and they ran through our circle. So how they were in Deerfield going to Mercer, Pennsylvania from Boardman, we don't know. Probably
Neither were their
totaled-
brakes.
Probably totaled their car, no injuries, no property damage per se. There's some rubber tire marks on the sidewalk, not a big deal. Probably totaled their car though. I'll get a police report in a week or two whenever it's done up there. We'll get a police report. They refused treatment, correct? They refused treatment. I think the sheriff gave her a ride to Love's truck stop in Palmyra so family members could come and get her. And him, the last we knew, he was in the cruiser, so we don't know there. So luckily, no damage to anybody. Nobody got hurt. Unfortunately, that's the main thing. I hope nobody ever gets hurt, so. All right, what you got, Tim?
On the road stuff, now that the snow's staying away for a while, did a little bit of patchwork on a couple of roads. We have a few that are starting to open up, but we'll just keep an eye on it, monitor, get them patched as we go. We are gonna have to do a couple culvert replacements. In order to do that, we need to get some more stone in stock at the yard. Looking for approval on 3 loads of 411 limestone. Estimated cost of about $2,500.
I'll make a motion that we get the $2,500 worth of limestone. Do you know where you want to get it from?
Yeah, Benjamin trucking over anything.
Okay.
I'll second that motion.
Yes?
Laura?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes.
Tiffany?
Yes.
And then, going hand in hand with that, on the 8th, we had Marlboro Supply had their open house, which they offer a 10% discount for any purchases or orders submitted that day. We did talk with Ed. We did put an order in for 6 pieces of 12-inch double wall culvert pipe while we were being offered the discount. So since it was 10% reduction.
I'll make a motion we pay for the 6 pieces of 12-inch double wall culvert pipe that we ordered.
I'll second.
I vote yes.
Laura?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes.
Tiffany?
Yes.
And then we'll move in, so on the equipment part, our backhoe, the kingpins on the front, we're looking at possibly getting that line board. They're wore, the bushings are wore. It's gonna need to be repinned. As of right now, a couple companies I've reached out to won't line board on a cast piece, so we're reaching out to a few to see if we can get worked up on that. Don't really have any quotes or prices put together, obviously, for that, but wanted to just bring it up and make mention of it, that we're trying to move forward to see about getting a repair done, as it's still usable as of now.
Will you want to get it repaired in the next month? I would assume you would need it before then.
Possibly, we could run it out and just get our numbers to see.
Yeah, we can wait till the next meeting.
Yeah, it's not gonna be,
Okay.
probably
It's
not gonna be
usable.
November, so,
Another thing we were thinking about, that backhoe is what,
21, I think.
yeah, it's 21, 22 years old. We're thinking of possibly getting prices, trade that backhoe in, maybe get a decent trade-in on it, buy some type of front-end loader. If we didn't have that to load salt and stuff, so that's something we want to consider. We're looking probably 90 to 100,000 range though for a loader, probably a loader we want. That's what we're guessing. We're figuring what, maybe 25,000 we could get for a backhoe at the auction, we think.
Yeah.
We
To
use
get
it enough.
To get this line board could be $2,000, $3,000, $4,000. It's an expensive thing to do. So we'll get numbers together for the next meeting. It's something we should think about though. The backhoe is invaluable in the wintertime. Summertime we can get by without it because we have the excavator, but in the wintertime we have to have it loader salt trucks. So.
And that's all, so for other than that, that's all I have on that department.
Anything else for the roads or maintenance? Okay, we'll move on to buildings and grounds.
Buildings and grounds, went through the buildings, including the one that was sprayed with the skunk the last round. It aired out finally, so I don't know if it was kind of a fresh deal where we went to put something in there and he was underneath and sprayed it, but it did air out in there quite a bit.
I went and bought mothballs, Tim threw them all around there and everything. There's no sign that that's skunk being there, so I don't think we need to hire the trapper at this time. If it comes back again, we could, but I don't think we need to spend the money to hire someone to try to trap it. I see no signs of it there to you.
No.
No fresh tracks or anything, tore up.
Active skunk season is usually February, so it's probably moved on. We'll just
Yeah.
have to keep an eye out.
But we're gonna throw some mothballs in around the building and stuff.
Oh, that's
too.
good. He went to Mr. Sykes' house, so he's gone.
Good.
Keep him there.
You're welcome.
So we did the same building, the Oaks building, did a little bit of patch on the side there. There was a hole where it looked like some bees had bored through, got that sealed up. It was right there about line with that toilet, because that old one that's in there, that's all taped off and everything, it looked like there was a wet spot. So we got a plug to actually plug that, remove that out of there, plug that cap that off, so we'll get that out of the way. And then buildings themselves, or the grounds themselves, we're gonna need lawn products, so we don't wanna get ahead of trying to get some of that stuff on hand. Fertilizer, lawn treatment, topsoil, that sort of thing, sprays.
Grass seed, pellets to put over top of the graves after we seed them.
And so, I don't know if we want to do like a blanket, something like that on that, maybe around 1,500 to cover the lawn products.
I'll make a motion, we approve up to 1,500 for lawn care products, and that's to be used everywhere, cemeteries, wherever we need grass seed, fertilizer, that type of stuff, so.
I vote yes.
Laura?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes?
Tiffany?
Yes. Use some of that skunk fertilizer left over and that'll work.
I'm gonna dig that one up. And then that's all on buildings and grounds part, that's all I have.
Okay, while we're in buildings and grounds, the fertilizer and weed and feed. I went in Works one day last week, they had 5,000 square feet bags of Scott's weed and feed. Looked around, got online at Walmart right now, they're $29.87 for 4,000 square foot bag. Family Farm Alliance are $34.95 for a 4,000 square foot bag. Lowe's are $24.95 for a 4,000 square foot bag. They had 5,000 square foot bags of Scott's name brand at Mark's for $12.99 a bag. I called Laura, I was up there. I went ahead and bought 25 bags for the township. I would ask to get reimbursed. We only ended up paying about 45% of what we would have paid to buy them afterwards. So that's about $500 we saved right there just to put toward other things, so.
That's what I did with Christmas bows when they have good sales. I always buy seed at Mark's, they're way cheaper, so I'll move that we reimburse you for the cost of the,
I think it's 25 bags one there, yeah.
And I second that motion.
Yes?
Laura?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes.
Tiffany?
yes. You gotta get that when you see it or it'll be
That was a
gone.
good deal.
It was gone, it was gone.
After you got done with it, it was, I'm sure.
One much left.
They gave him a cart.
Yeah.
One of the big push carts.
He even loaded the price stickers with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we got 5,000 square foot bags instead of 4,000 square foot bags for about 47% of the price, so we couldn't go wrong.
Do we have a tax exemption card with Mark's?
No.
Maybe we should, I wonder if they offer them, I know Walmart does.
I don't
A lot
know.
of deals.
We can
Call and
find out.
ask
Yeah.
them.
Easy enough to ask.
Even with the tax, that was a better deal, I'm sure.
While we're in buildings and grounds, I have a contract from Mike Behringer to put the roof on the town hall. We already approved it and everything, he just needs someone to sign this contract so that they can get move forward on it and everything.
That's the one for the fire station. That's the one.
That's the fire station.
Fire station up there, yeah.
You need us all to sign it.
I don't remember what we approved, there's what it says, I don't remember the amount we approved, so I would ask that we sign that pending, that is what we initially agreed to. I don't remember the initial price that we did approve.
I don't either, I'd have to go back and look, I don't
Well,
remember off the top of my head.
Yeah, what we're going to see,
Did
but
we just do it last meeting? Or was it the
No,
meeting
it's-
before?
it's-
The meeting
No, that
before?
was, we had to have that done by the 31st of
yeah,
December.
so I'll make a motion that we accept this and one of us sign it, you sign or whatever, if this is what we agreed on once we check. You guys okay with that?
Yep,
So that's my motion.
I'll second.
I vote yes.
Laura?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes.
Tiffany?
Yes.
Okay, while we're in buildings and grounds, I did not move forward with the blinds, nor did I move forward with changing out the toilets. Our money situation is very tight right now. We have to turn that in and get reimbursed before we can do it. And I'm going to explain part of why our money situation is so tight. Our property insurance liability on all our equipment and everything is due. It was actually due February 28th. Our target suit we've been with forever. They came in a few months ago, reevaluated everything like they're supposed to do periodically, set a new value to this, set a new value to all our equipment we have, all our outbuildings and everything. We got our new premium. Our premium last year was about $34,000. This year it came in at almost $48,000, $47,000 and some change. I had sticker shock when I looked at that.
How much is it?
47,000, it's in here somewhere.
Okay, that's all right. I was just gonna say.
So anyway, we've been with Otarma forever. There is another big insurance company in Ohio called the Ohio Plan that insures townships. It's called the Ohio Plan. I called them. They're every year when we go down to Columbus down there, they have a big booth, a big display. Otarma and them worked hand in hand. What Otarma didn't have, they had. Okay, so I had them quote us a quote. I sent them a copy of our policy through Otarma. Exact same thing. They came back equal to, or in some cases, higher coverage on every single item individually. And they came in at $24,636 for their premium. I'll tell you a little bit about the Ohio Plan, then I'll go more here. I got this from them. They have over 300 townships right now in Ohio that they insure. They were formed in 1988 and have been with the Ohio Plan representing the municipality since 2007. That's the Lori Manning that I talked to. They work at the first floor in Toledo at the Hyatt Agency. They do not use third parties for claims or loss control. And looking forward to hearing from you in the future. So I know it's a big decision to make. However, we all know the problems we've had with Otarma trying to get stuff done to Circle. They hire adjusters out of Alabama. They hire adjusters out of Florida. Everything is done over there. These people don't do that. They will come in, they'll start insuring us immediately. They'll go back 5 years in case someone would come up with a lawsuit or something. They'll go back 5 years to pick up any lawsuits that would come in. In the first year we're in here. They do all their own claims adjusting and everything. She will come in, do a presentation to us if we decide to go with them. She'll come in and do a presentation. She'll come from Toledo at one of our meetings or a work session or whatever we want and do a presentation. They are a big, big company. What happened to Otarma is a few years ago, if you guys noticed, we started getting building firms called Acrisure. Acrisure is an investment company. Acrisure bought Otarma. They set funding goals. Here's what you have to make. Well, how do you make money with your insurance company? You deny claims. You cheapen up your service you give them. You raise your rates. That's exactly what the Ohio Plan, Otarma did. The Ohio Plan in the last week has taken over 3 other ones from Otarma because of this. Said this isn't a fluke, this will be our premium next year. Said unfortunately that's what the CEO of Otarma decided to do. They wanted to move forward in a different direction. So if you notice, we get billed from Acrisure. Everything's coming in from outside sources now. So I want you guys to consider that. This was due February 28th. We didn't pay it because once you pay it, you're done. You don't get the money back.
So it's similar or better?
Everything is equal to or better
And
in
it's
some
only
instances.
24,000 something?
24,636. The claims we have at the Circle up there, the outstanding property claims, those aren't claims, liability claims against us. Those are claims that the insurance company is working to collect from other people. They say Otarma is still responsible for doing that because they did it anyway. If they choose not to, she said, we'll step right in and we'll take over that, exactly what they were doing. We'll step right in and do it, she said.
And they're based out of Toledo?
They're based out of Toledo.
Okay.
They're in Columbus every year. They're a big, big company. They have 850 people underneath them between municipalities, but 300 of those municipalities are townships, and now the number's going up weekly. She said 3 years ago, if they quoted and Otarma quoted, there'd be $200 to $400 difference, and now it's just, well, it's 50%.
Well, it's
Do you know of
almost,
anyone in Portage County who's using them?
I do not know. She said they do not have any in Portage County yet, so. But
That's a big savings.
it's $24,000 in savings.
Almost half the money.
And that's a lot of money.
And if you're gonna get the same coverage, and we need to act on it because our premium.
Our premium was due the 28th. I called Otarma. We are still covered. That it's not unusual that they don't get their check for a month or two from us and other municipalities, being away meetings fall and all that type of stuff. And
Would they be able to come speak at our next meeting?
sure.
Give us a little bit of time to look at it, and then we'll make a decision then?
Yes,
It's
she
a big
will.
decision, because I want to make sure we have,
Can she come?
or ask.
I mean,
her.
it sounds great.
Right.
It sounds great. It's a big savings.
Sounds almost too good to be true, but
As long as, what do we do if our terminal calls and demands their money, so I think, and I don't think they will.
Depends on when they'll cancel, when they will agree to cancel it.
Yeah, it was due February 28th, and I told her not to mail it until we talked about this because there's no, all right, you 3 months in the year, you're changing, they give 9 months worth back, they don't do it once you pay.
Did they send a quote?
Yeah,
Is that their quote?
that's Ohio's plan, and that's our term. We emailed that to them, so they went over it line for line.
Okay.
yeah, that's fine.
I know it's kind of short notice, I'm not gonna be upset one way or another, but it is a lot of money savings for a reputable company that's been doing this for a long time. And my first phone call was when she gave me this quote, I called her back and said, why? She said, it's a good question. She explained how they'd been bought up by an investment company and that their rates have been going up and going up. And one thing Otarma wasn't doing, they weren't going every 2 or 3 years and increasing the value of things for people so they could keep their premiums low without telling people they weren't doing that. They came to us because I called them and asked them, I said, hey, you haven't been up there for quite a while, so they came up and did it, so.
And they quoted off of the.
They quoted it
Right.
line for line off of this. We actually sent them a copy of it.
Well, I mean, people change insurance carriers all the time,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Any cons?
I was concerned about the circle up there, and she said that those aren't claims against us, those are claims.
Right.
That any insurance company said Otarma should do, but if not, no big deal. We will take over where they left off on that. for
Even if it
things.
happened before we
Went with them,
we
yes.
went with them.
What do? They take care of it and then go after
Yeah,
Otarma for the balance?
Right, yep.
Kind of like a retroactive.
Yep. And like I said, they'll go back 5 years on any claim you'd have. If someone comes in and sues us over something that happened 3 years ago, we're covered back to 5 years.
And we deal with them and not somebody from Alabama.
Well,
Yeah.
and that's a problem with a lot of insurance
Right.
companies. The adjusters come from down south. But this company, the adjuster would come from Toledo?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's a plus right there. Plus, it's half the money.
I don't know that we can hold a term off another month without paying them. My only concern, I don't know that we can, I just don't know that.
Can you set a work session to have her come and speak?
Or a second meeting?
Yeah, we could do either or. She said she'll come in anytime. We could have a work session and invite her down, and then, within the next week or two, we could do that, and make our decision then.
Will we do a one-year contract, correct?
Yes.
No more than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, every year, it's renewable every year.
Right. It's not like we're signing up for, 3-5 years with them.
I mean, so far, I'm not hearing any downside.
We actually, 4 or 5 years ago, I actually talked to one of the township conventions there about giving us a price, and they said, we're gonna be honest with you, it's gonna come in about what you're paying right now. They were honest about it, saying, we'll gladly give you a price, but you're gonna come in about what you're paying now, so.
Yeah.
I never brought it up to change until I got sticker shock when we got a $48,000 insurance bill. That's a lot of money,
Yeah, that is.
especially working off a temporary budget. We don't even have our permanent appropriations now, and then pay an extra $12,000, $13,000 on our insurance.
No, I think it's a good idea.
Doesn't sound like a bad idea. What do you guys want to do? You wanna wait, you wanna do it now, you wanna talk to them, what's your comfort level?
It looks 100% legit to me.
I'm honestly comfortable going with them only
Yeah.
because for the last 15, 20 years, I've been seeing these people and talking to them, everything down there.
And they're at the,
A lot of them's at
Otarma.
yeah.
They were at the Otarma.
And even the people
conference.
Yeah,
that,
every year they're
even
there.
townships that have them are happy with them.
Yeah, a lot of the ones down southern Ohio have
Right.
them, and they're very happy
Well,
with
they'll
them.
get more.
Yeah, she said they've got three, they've got three in the last
Yeah, I have
week.
no problem with it.
And actually, the next township association meeting, I'm going to bring these numbers before the whole township, everybody from the county, that maybe you want to look into this for your
Yeah,
insurance and everything.
that's a big savings.
If we don't like it, we can switch back next year.
Absolutely. Well, I'm gonna make a motion. I make a motion that we go with the Ohio plan for insurance for 1 year and save ourselves about $24,000.
A little over $24,000, or about 24,000, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll second that.
And if we're unhappy
I spent
with
a lot
them,
of
we
time
can
since our last
switch.
meeting, back and forth on the phone with her and asking questions, and that's what she said. Anything we need, they'll pick up where our Tarma leaves off.
Do we have a contact person? I'll go, yes,
Yes, I can give you contact.
Probably
Her name's
the lady from the-
Lori Manning, and I have her number. It may even be in the front page there. Or
okay.
if not, I
I think
have
it's
it.
on that white paper right there, in front of your notebook paper right there. See it? Over this way.
Right there.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah, yep.
That is who I've been talking
Laura?
to.
I
And
got
that is,
Yes. Ed,
yes,
Tiffany?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
it is. I'll notify them, you guys, we still want to come in and talk to us, do a presentation and stuff, right?
That'd be nice.
Want to do it at the next meeting, or?
Next meeting if possible. That'd be nice.
It's kind of like an introduction, get to know who we're dealing with. I mean,
Let her
it
see
sounds,
the circle and tell her she's gonna be hearing a lot about it.
yeah, she might as well get a good look at
I
it.
brought her up to date with all that, how many times this happened and everything, and she said, luckily, none of those claims are a liability against us, those are someone else damaging our
Right.
property, where they go after them to get it, so,
Hopefully they're quicker.
they will be, she guaranteed it's quicker. So, thank you.
Yep.
I have nothing else in buildings and grounds.
Laura?
Nothing.
All right. Any old business we need to discuss today?
Do we do cemeteries?
Cemeteries?
Yeah.
Cemeteries.
We did buildings and grounds, cemeteries fall under that. What do you got?
Well,
What do you got on cemeteries?
Just on a separate note on the cemeteries, just make a note, the 2 full burials this last meeting, and then also there was that one grave that was in question.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
so that, we did a locate on that. The stone is actually in the wrong plot.
Okay.
There's nobody in that plot, so it
There's
is.
no-
And so, it needs to be moved to one lot over, right?
Correct.
Okay.
And then it'll be the right, it was just put in the wrong place, so that's something that we can move that. Millie's been notified, she's very happy, she breathes a sigh of relief, she was just very concerned, so.
Rightfully so, yeah.
Yeah, rightfully so, and glad that it worked out the way it did. And,
Easier to
moving
move
the
a
stone's a
stone.
pretty easy process.
Correct. Just want to make sure it was put in.
Yeah, okay, and she
Shall we
and Millie
notify the
knows.
family of the stone that we moved?
Not yet,
Okay,
we can't do it for a while yet, we will, if we can get a hold of it.
but Millie's.
If
Before
not-
we move the
Yeah,
stone?
if not,
Okay.
we'll just move the stone one over and go.
That'll make her happy.
Are you contacting the family? Who's contacting the family? Just so we make sure.
Tim and I will,
Okay.
when we
Mr.
get-
Sexton?
When we get ready to do something, we'll make an effort too, if we can't get a hold of them,
I
we'll
just,
move it.
if I went to see a stone of my family member and it was moved, I'd have questions, so I think speaking with them first would
Yeah.
be absolutely vital.
And that's it, that's all I got on mine.
All right, any new business that we haven't discussed already? Fire department.
Okay, for February, we answered 22 calls, 11 EMS, and there's 11 that were service/MVAs, fire investigation. So for the year, we're at 55 calls. We had a problem with Medic 14's radio antenna. It's our first spot we were using at that time. We couldn't get out on it. So we ended up having the radio company look at it. They found out the antenna was bad, so we had to replace the antenna on it. And I do have a bill from them. It's $202 to replace it.
I'll make a motion, we paid a $202 and change bill.
I'll second it.
Yes.
Laura?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes.
Tiffany?
Yes.
Next thing I have is we have been notified that we have until July to get mandatory updates on our mark system. I don't know what that considered. We got to hold the radio company. They're going to look into what the mandatory is statewide, I guess. So we don't have any more details on that yet, but just to let everybody know, we are working to figure out what the mandatory updates by Mark's radio system is. So as soon as we hear, I will get ahold of you guys and keep you updated. Brian, do you happen to know any more about that?
Yeah, they're narrowing it down, so some of the radios we have to be no longer any good. It's like an authentication that some of the radios have, some of the older ones don't. So we're probably going to lose about 10 or 15 radios that we have.
So as soon as we get a ruling from them and what we consist of, I'll bring it back to the board.
All of our radios are currently in use, correct?
I think our functioning ones are, correct? We have a bunch that's not functional. Next thing I have is I'd like to thank the community, Deerfield community, for helping with the fundraiser for Dave Hardesty. It was a success for that. A lot of donations came in from our township. Our planning committee did a wonderful job on getting things together, getting baskets. So I'd like to thank the community for that part of it. The last thing I have on my list is I was asked to go into executive session. I need to get some clarification on some issues I have with the department and figure out what you guys' direction you want to take.
What type of issue is it? What would that fall under?
Probably discipline.
Discipline? All right. Well, I will move to go into executive session. Get my cheat sheet out here. Under ORC 121-22 to consider discipline of a public employee, if that is the intention.
I'll second.
How about yes?
Laura?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes.
Tiffany?
Yes.
It's your side.
Yeah. Hold down the fort.
Who has the keys, Andy? She's got them. Okay.
We have it.
Yep, all right, we're good. You got it.
We were talking like we normally do, how's that? No, that's fine, that was, there was nothing good.
It's just, you talk so soft that I can't hear you. Well, I'm talking about,
We need
I gotta do the
roundtables.
minutes, because we're clear up here with the recorder. I can hear him when he's talking, but that recorder's not picking him up. It was like, what? Yeah, look at that windows, it's that sun coming in there, look at all them fingerprints.
I might have to look, you'd see the people who come in and out.
I was gonna say, yeah, I see school bus drivers like.
Oh, I know.
You look at them and you go, oh, gosh.
Well,
Yeah.
all kinds of random things going on. I know I just haven't, this year, I got a bunch of water back up at work. I don't think the ditch is gonna help. It's more of a yard.
Courtesy.
It's a yard issue.
issue. Yeah, sure. We're sure. We're sure.
Trying to replace that guardrail right there, did you?
No, I talked to the DNR.
I did not get all that stuff.
The way I understood it, was good.
I got
Sorry,
rid of it there.
but all that.
That's my parts, just let me know, because I'll meet you for
I haven't lit
whatever.
exactly.
I don't, well,
Whenever you're ready,
wouldn't want.
I'm good.
It wasn't. All we did was put the dead end workers in it. We just put the record plate. I thought that.
The carrots?
I talked to Jared over at the DNR, their main office. He's like, he's like, I got all that off. This
Yeah.
Marks. I just left it go.
It's
like, well, they said, you know, we're gonna take care of it, you know, this year different, don't think of another thing. And stuff like that, 'cause sometimes it's a back order. Yeah.
I still got the bags. But I don't know, you probably want to take that popcorn home. Candy.
I know there's that one thing that's going on. Hey, yeah, I don't.
It's not good.
Yeah, don't let that thing get warm. Yeah, you're fine, I don't know.
Them cheese balls, everybody loves them cheese balls.
It's like either, so.
Know what's happening, what's happening.
Oh, absolutely.
I give out bags.
I agree.
I got bags.
Look at them.
I usually just try to learn a report when I just start to because
Some of those kids come in because I gave them a bag. A bag.
still, and you can't get catch up soon.
Candy, if I can have some
No,
bags.
that's why I didn't get here much earlier than you did. I literally ran in right there. and get it.
Yeah.
So, I only beat you by about 3 minutes. I think.
I got out of car at 6:01, and already must have said the pledge of allegiance.
Yeah, they're ready to go.
They're ready to go.
Get it over with, you know. If you need anything,
I told you guys
anything,
it was $90.
I'm just saying more of your non-small ones will be after making it honest. Obviously, when it's cold and snow. Yeah, we'll be.
I've got the
Hey,
receipts
take care.
already
Thank
ready,
you.
that all I got to do is hand it to you, put your name on it. What's up, Timmy?
Oh, waiting on Denise to send me the information. I'll put on the sign.
Since that's answered, I need you to fix my staple. I
Okay.
can't get it apart.
I just got hit real hard.
I tried that, this stapler is a pain in the butt.
My staplers at home are doing the same thing, and I said, I don't think it's a stapler, I think it's a staple.
Yeah, because I never had any problem.
I
And
thought you were
you
gonna say it
can't-
was operated.
No, well, it could be.
Staples.
It could be, but no, it was stuck. Well,
Yeah,
then,
some of them,
Yeah.
you have to really get it.
I got it unstuck, but now I can't get I don't want to break a nail. No, I'm just kidding. No, well, on the staples, I have new ones in there we're gonna try. That we found in a drawer, that's older ones that would look like they're sturdy, don't they?
So you just gotta get it open.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like stuck, I can't get that apart.
Seems like I got a minute, if you wanna open it up, I'll see if I can open it up. Or just hang out in there.
It's the beige, oh, that's right.
I just don't know where. I don't know where-
It's the beige one on the desk to the window,
Okay.
right there. I don't want to go just in case they come back in and I'll miss the minutes, then I'll be in trouble.
Same boat with me.
Yeah, because the tape recorders, there's tape recorders clear down there and nobody knows to turn it on. It'd be like crazy.
I didn't get to sleep till after 4 o'clock this morning. And then I had to be up at half beer, but then at 11, I was late for that. Needed to print stuff off on my computer. My computer didn't want to boot up. I had to shut it down, restart it. It just kept telling me, this page is not responding. No kidding. Printed stuff off. Some of the pages I printed were great. Other ones, the print was so huge, it only printed half the page.
Oh, my.
Yeah, we got everything in it. I was thinking, did we do our paper? Because we'll lose it if we do the next paper. We got all our papers for this month, right? Okay, I thought so. But we'll find them. We'll look. They might have put in with other papers somehow. Remember when we had them all the papers out? And we were looking for the budget, so we might have ended up knocking them. We'll look. We'll look.
the middle of everything I'm doing right now, get more of my expenses from the market. Drop everything. I need to have less responsibilities, fewer people.
You gotta just have you move in with you, then that way you have it all right
Oh my
there.
God, no.
You have it all right there.
No. I had to plan a trip to Akron to see my great-granddaughter. My dad wanted to see me. And it's taken us with the weather and everything.
Yes, yeah, those are the new ones.
Okay, I didn't want to put one in.
No, they're sturdier ones.
We were
Thank
supposed
you,
to
Tim.
have 11 o'clock.
So nice.
Dory texted me like the night before, maybe, or maybe, I don't know. Maybe it was that night, and she goes, because we have time change, she says, well, we'll leave at the noon. It's like, what does that even mean? Does that mean we're leaving at noon, or we're leaving at 11, and why would it make a difference? I'd already told Kate that we were gonna be there. I texted her back, no answer. No answer, no answer, no answer. Did all my children, got the stuff out, ready to drive again. They were coming to pick me up. It's 11 o'clock and I don't have a reply, and there's nobody there. Put the stuff in the truck. It's at the end of the driveway. I said, I'm leaving. I stopped on Monttown Road. I said, if you're in the vehicle, I'll wait for you here. Got nothing. I get almost to Town, and she answers and goes,
It works.
and we're ready now.
If you go through it.
I go, I know what's that. Oh, it's better.
That's the old one took out.
Because I.
It's the new ones better. Did you notice this? How
They just feel heavy.
Okay. I was such a friend.
Well, friends moved out of the house by 11. They've been in that.
I promise that's what I stopped and did. Again, I thought
It was the office place, it was up there.
Okay, just put this
By
right.
State had left at all. I don't know, they've been in that door, so I'm thinking they came from the zoning. So, but they're heavier than what the new ones are.
The new ones come from State. Calling me at one point when I stopped, I go,
See if there's specs.
I don't use my
Phone
phone
in
anymore.
there.
I kind of want to
Yeah,
live.
see if you can match those to.
Okay.
How everything matches.
Yeah, because every time I staple something, it's like if they come out or they don't go all the way through.
If you want to throw the old rack away, it's just a system.
I told him that
He
I
put the
didn't
new,
have
he put the
that.
hard one, the new one, he said they seem a lot sturdier.
Oh,
So we'll see what those do.
I
Yeah.
had to keep it.
we may have
Did you?
to start getting
Keep it
them
right.
someplace.
I changed my ordinance, I had some rules right there with that.
You know, I tried to, I was gonna tell you, but you'd already left. If you open up my drawer, my Thomas got me, I got little knives and little screwdrivers on one of them little
That's
keychains.
all right, I like that one key.
So now we're gonna get you another key?
No, it works, still works. It was the one I had in my hand, so it was the one to get in there anyways.
Yeah. Well, you were busy today, I was gonna say something today, but you were busy, gee.
Yeah, I was busy, oh, I should. Ed got, I think it's not the shop, Ed got that register.
Get you in the hallway. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't
This
sure.
would be, he probably forgot.
Well, I don't think I wrote down his resume, it's not the shop, he didn't say anything, so I wasn't sure. Yeah, he seems like that's how our project
Yeah.
is.
Yeah. Because we don't want to wait minutes. Be it? Or would it be all right?
Well, it'll be all right.
Oh,
Showing where,
maybe that's what.
it'll be okay, but showing where and then obviously.
Yeah, but it isn't like nothing you don't have already.
You ain't kidding.
I had somebody
Everybody's
contact
a training, baby.
I see somebody contact me again today for the spot I crashed.
Oh, really?
I got my whole life.
Yeah, and then he goes, "Hey, I puts it back in there." He looks at me, he goes, "Well, you need to back up on it."
Squeezed up on my end, but it took like 4 minutes. Where's my road?
I don't know. He just, I put the battery in.
Take a
Absolutely.
Who got it down?
He did. That's just, they never see anything like it.
What happened to his truck? Is what's his name?
Buddy or Mike?
Buddy. Is he driving a car or is that
The new guy that's driving the car, the black one.
Oh, yeah.
He has a,
The
he has like a,
SUV or whatever.
he has a gray van, a blue car, and a beige, tannish car. So you never know what he's gonna have. Last time Tracy said, we got training every day. And I said, we got change it. Time on the clock. You come back to the clock down, park the battery, and Tiffany says, oh, we're gonna put a new battery in it. And I said, okay. So I got a battery in it, Joe, and he puts it in the clock, and then he pulls me in here and hangs back up.
First thing you get that's right. You can't.
Nobody believes it, they have to see it for themselves, so.
I said, you're laughing. I said, you're laughing. Did it? Oh, gosh. Yeah.
And then all we got close to, I went down and looked at that dead Sean Higgins, and he's getting close to me. You about ready? I said, yeah. I gotta get out of here. What's one thing? I said, all right. You wanna leave? Let's get back.
So, was that, are you guys gonna be able to do that then?
Yeah, I'm just gonna skim it, and I can't take much, because the problem is most of that, so it runs across the farmer's house, obviously.
Yeah.
It hits the corner of the line, and then flows through, the siding shore, and then goes across the way. So most of the water, it all slopes out, there's just flowing, it kind of looks bad.
Hi, how are you? Nice to see you. Zach, don't leave before I gotta talk to you before you leave later. They let anybody in here. Do you want to come sit here?
She's the deep take all the tree.
Yep, exactly. Want to come sit here? Because I figured you had more. That's why I was going to debate, so I said, do you want me to put it in or do you want to put it in? And you didn't answer, so, and I, yeah. I said, I have to check, I got to go to debate. Yeah. So let me forget it's in there. Of course, she's not all 15 years. This is a spin-off from our vendors. Yeah, I thought that's that. Oh, that was great. Done from the yeah. Oh, that's what that was. Somebody did that. Okay, cool. Well, I went to look for it. I said, I Now, and after about the fourth day, I thought,
But they worked up.
so I'm back on the staircase. And when I finished those up, she increased my dosage. But the pain is not bad. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt. It's good. I can't walk. But I can't get my shoes on. My sister goes, "What does your knee hurt?" I says, "It does." And so does this. Here I am climbing in the truck with the boots. Oh, you know what?
It's our vote.
Hello, Christie.
So I will make a motion that we exit executive session and enter back into regular session.
I'll second it.
Yes.
Laura, I vote yes.
Ed?
Yes.
Tiffany?
Yes. All right. In executive session, it was brought to our attention that we have 4 members who have not met the minimal participation and attendance. Does anyone want to speak of that? Scott, or anyone want to give some more information on that?
You have the letters?
I don't have them with me. I gave them.
Well,
I have them. What did I put on? Right here.
you want to go down one by one, Scott?
Sure. Okay, we have NESOPs that was approved by the Deerfield Township Trustees and has been posted at the station since they have been. We've had 4 employees that have not met the 7% average for the year and have not given EMS to get 2 shift availability for over 2 consecutive months. And also, they were supposed to get in contact with myself and have a meeting with myself, and they did not attend the sexual harassment training that was required by the Deerfield Township Trustees. So it's the recommendation of myself and Chief Day that for termination of employment for Andrew Zirkle, Stephanie Sutcliffe, Daniel Young, and Lindsay Davis.
And these determinations were made after consultation with prosecutor in Portage County.
Correct.
These are public records. Any of the 4 can have a copy of this. Prosecutor said we need to go down one by one and vote on them. So if that is your recommendation.
It is a recommendation of myself and Chief Day.
My question to that was, we've gone through the progression of discipline, they've been notified and they've been told of the requirements and that they weren't making those
The SOPs,
requirements.
according to the prosecutor, is all has to be posted. The only thing we have to do is have them posted at the station, which they already have been from the day you guys approved them.
Well, we'll go down one by one and have a vote on it. Is that how you want to do it? That's what the prosecutor said, we need to vote individually for these individuals and not as a group, so.
Sure.
You got it for the first
They're
name?
right here. Mm-hmm.
Okay, top of the list, Andrew Zirkle. Make a motion based on the chief's recommendation and information from the Portage County prosecutor that we terminate Andrew Zirkle's employment with Deerfield Township Fire Department.
I second that motion.
I'll vote yes.
Laura? Yes. Ed?
Yes.
Tiffany?
Yes.
Okay, the second one is Lindsay Davis. Based on the fire chief and other officers of the department and information received from the Portage County Prosecutor's Office, I make a motion to terminate Lindsay Davis's employment with Deerfield Township Fire Department.
I will second that motion.
I'll vote yes.
Laura? Yes. Ed?
Yes.
Tiffany?
Yes.
Third, we have Daniel Young, based on recommendation from the fire chief and other officers and information we received and guidance from the Portage County Prosecutor's Office, I make a motion to terminate Daniel Young's employment with Deerfield Township Fire Department.
I will second that.
Yes.
Laura? Yes. Ed?
Yes.
Tiffany?
Yes.
And the fourth one, Stephanie Sutcliffe, based on the recommendation of the fire chief and other officers and information we have gained in conversation with the Portage County Prosecutor's Office, I make a motion we terminate Stephanie Sutcliffe's employment with Deerfield Township Fire Department, effective immediately for all four.
I will second that as well.
Yes.
Laura? Yes. Ed?
Yes.
Tiffany?
Yes. Every employee has a right to a hearing if they'd like to contest the termination. I know some people have other commitments, other jobs, other responsibilities, and maybe they just don't have the time to commit to us at this time. We wish everyone the best moving forward, but if anyone would like to speak with us about it, would like to have a hearing, you are welcome to it. It is your right. We will be sending these letters out, I would say, by certified mail.
Yes.
Just so everyone can see it. They're also welcome to, get a copy at any time. And anything else?
The prosecutor also said if you terminate, to make it effective immediately, which I said. And any personal possessions at the fire department, you're no longer permitted at the fire station unaccompanied. You need to get a hold of an officer to go in the fire station to retrieve any personal property that you may have in there.
So if we're having a public event, blood pressure check, you're having a medical emergency, of course, you can always
Sure.
go to the fire department, but
Sure.
you just ask that you're
Yeah.
not soliciting at the fire department.
Right, but as far as punching the code in the door and going in, they have been terminated and they're no longer permitted to do that.
Okay.
That's it.
That's all I have for the fire.
And also in executive session, we did, just for transparency, speak about attendance and moving forward about adhering to attendance policies and discipline regarding that. Okay. Anything else with the fire department?
Nothing else.
Okay. Anything else from anyone?
I have nothing.
Any more public commentary?
No.
Okay. The board recognizes Ms.
We touched on this briefly months ago, but the use of golf cart, side-by-side, whatever, for the apple butter. That's a long distance between there and here to get stuff back and forth. So I had asked then, and we kind of didn't get to it, about the use of private vehicles brought in for that.
I don't believe there's anything in our rental policy about the use of your own equipment on the grounds, not that I'm aware of.
Not in our hall, no.
No.
Yeah,
So-
I did check with my insurance, and my liability policy covers it.
Sure. If your insurance covers it, I don't have an issue with it. Just if whoever's operating township-owned property be insured by the
Well,
township.
I'm just asking about mine.
If you have private insurance, I guess that would be a question for our new insurance company, but as of now, I don't see any reason why you couldn't.
Okay.
Nope.
At your own risk.
Got it.
Good question.
That's kind of a basic. I mean, but I have to operate it, and I can't do for a company or anything. There are stipulations, but basically it's covered.
And I say this not for you, but just in general, because I don't assume you would do this, but if it became an issue that someone was turfing up the property or causing damage, then we'd of course have to readdress that, so.
Right.
Just to be respectful of the condition of the grounds. That's what I would say. Any other discussion?
Yep, I agree.
But that's probably something we could speak next meeting about, just to make sure that we're doing the best thing that we should be doing for the
And a phone
township.
call will go out to our new insurance carrier to see what their position on it is, that way we'll know before the next meeting.
Are you okay? Yeah. Anything else? Do we need to have a second meeting this month?
I don't think so.
Any
I think
pressing
we covered
issues?
a lot of stuff today.
I don't think we need to, but at the next meeting, we have a fire levy coming up this fall. At the next meeting, we have to decide if we're gonna do renewal, if we're gonna ask for an upgrade, a new millage, a replacement levy, which I have a lot of information and stuff that we can talk about at the next meeting. I've been gathering information on how we have to do this.
By June of 2025, I have a note that we were to send our levy of whatever we want to do to the
They would like
prosecutor.
it out much sooner than that in case there's a problem, is what they said. Our new prosecutor, once we decide, are we just doing a straight out renewal, are we doing a replacement, are we doing different buildings, whatever we decide at a public meeting to do, he will write our resolution of necessity for us, which is the first step. He has to do that, but we have to tell him what we're doing.
And that's to get it on the ballot.
Right.
He will write the necessity
It's
of,
a resolution of necessity for the levy to be on the ballot. But we have to tell him what the necessity is. Which
Okay.
I got information, we'll get more, we can talk about it, at the next meeting and everything, so.
so make sure to come to the next meeting.
Yep, I have nothing else.
All right, I will make a motion. I move that we adjourn the meeting and pay our bills.
I second that.
I vote yes.
Laura?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes.
Tiffany?
Yes.
Don't forget the auditor forms.